alert's going off. Good Lord. Alright, you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty. Welcome back, gamers, to the Experience Points podcast. Let's wave your mugs. Wave your mugs. Which Jones
Wait,
just
how do you
wants
wave
to
it?
up. Jones just wants to drink and count at this point in time.
Ah!
And we'll definitely do that back toward the end. Crap. Nope, I didn't want to do that. So back down. There we go. Alright. Men's a little toasty right now. Anyway, I'm stalling. Yeah, this is the final episode of Experience Points Podcast.
Bad sounds.
Nah. We cheer, and the Palico drinks too. Good Lord, he got a whole fifth in his pocket. Anyway, yeah. So we're gonna talk about three things. One, what the podcast has meant to us over the years. Two, what kind of gamers we have become in our old age of 43 and 44. And
Happy birthday, Zero Sin!
Yeah. Thanks. It was yesterday, fool. But thanks.
I'm just saying it for the last episode.
Yeah. And our final game of the year. Our final game of the year. I'll give more details about things later on, but let's hop right in it. This is going to be a lazy man's episode, and we won't hear the opening sound one last time. That's kind of sad, but it's on our page, so if you want it, you can get it. See, she's already passed out drunk. Aw, should do that toward the end. Take a sip. All right, Jones. We started this bad boy April of 2019.
Thought it was longer than that.
No, it's been 6 years. And we started the podcast it started basically with me driving home from work and talking to you. And I was like, you know what? I think we can do this. I think we can do a podcast. Because the conversations we always have about video games are fun. They're just fun and just reminiscent and talking about old school stuff, and I always have a good time chatting with you about video games, especially with our history. And that's something else too. Like, I wanted our stories to be told, and that's another reason why I did the podcast, because I just want to get our stories out there and create memories. And we got most of our gaming stories, out there, and I still go back, I still listen to the episodes, and I have a blast listening to them.
Yes, there's definitely a lot of stories.
Yeah, definitely got all those out there, and it's been met some good people, met some interesting people, met some not so good people.
The good, the bad, the ugly.
A couple episodes I regret, but I would say 98.7% of the episodes I'm very happy and proud of, especially to have Kim and Kevin on, and to have our boy Juanito. Raise a toast to Juanito. And my brother Greg has been on, Jordana's been on. Kim is like the main voice of the episode now, of the podcast. Yeah, that's our girl, and we do miss her. But yeah, we got to move forward, and that's the whole point of ending the podcast, is just to move on to the next phase. You know, the whole point of the podcast for me was to, aside from having, put memories out there, just to have a little distraction from the world, because COVID hit and things were crazy, and this podcast definitely provided me with some solace. So, how about you? What has it meant to you over the years?
I mean, it's just fun to hang out with the boys and, just have a good time and let my loud ass be heard around the world.
As always. And back when I was when we were doing it live, the live episodes we did, like you would be so loud that you would break the freaking levels,
I'm
the
still
sound,
loud like that.
the
Apparently.
sound levels. You know how many times the audio cut out because you were just so loud.
Yeah, it to this day still happens when even when I'm like playing Final Fantasy in my raid group or something like that. Sometimes I might make some extra loud something like the game does not like I guess Discord does not recognize that as being a human voice, so it censors it out.
Yeah, that was always funny. I'd be like, levels, Jones, levels. Like, oh, my bad, my
Yeah.
bad. Hey, yeah. But yeah, it's been a huge it's been a huge honor to do this. It's been fun. I'm at the point where I'm not enjoying the process of it anymore. And also too, one of my main passions is film editing and video editing and stuff like that. And I got to do a lot of creative stuff with this podcast over the years. And even though it was very amateurish at best, but it still allowed me to enjoy what I was doing. But after a while, you get tired of YouTube and you get sick of the algorithms. And I got so many copyright strikes on episodes for just no reason, and like
Really?
parts of the episodes are just muted, and those weren't even in the beginning when I was playing like the soundtracks to different games in the background. Those never got copyrighted. There's always something bootleg. Like if there was like the time that I had on Spider-Man, and there's some copyright music in there, and I guess it came through. Even though the audio
That's
was all the way down, they still found a way to hear it and figure it out. And I'm like, hey, get the hell out of
that's
here.
crazy. That is that. I didn't even realize that was happening.
Mhm. Yep. So if you go back and listen to those episodes, you'll hear that parts of it were just like either really low or just cut off completely. I'm like, you dirty bastards.
Like the only time I remember something funny like that is like we used to stream our BWO pay-per-views, and like I know sometimes the music would not be playing in like the lobby because they had all those damn songs and stuff.
That's funny. Yep. The good old days. So anyway, but yeah, it's been great to do this, and I've enjoyed it. But the Facebook channel will continue, and I'll continue posting EXP clips on there, and also too, it's like detracted away from, it's taken away from my gaming experience, because I'm like, okay, something awesome just happened, but I want to post it, so I need to pause it and then edit it and then post it and then go to the YouTube page and make sure I put the right thumbnail on there. It's just been very disruptive as of late to my actual like gaming experience, and I just want to stop that.
Hmm.
So from now on, I'll save whatever clips that I really enjoy, just like I did this morning. I hopped on here and I edited my girl, gave her a new look, recorded some clips, but then I kept playing. But then later on, I was able to post it to the Facebook page. So yeah, I just keep that up. But the page itself is the YouTube page itself is gonna go bye bye. It's still gonna
Are
be
you sure
there,
you?
but
I was gonna say
it's gonna shut down. I'm not gonna delete everything because I've
there
done
gonna
that
be
before.
updates, is what you're
I've done
saying.
that before, but yeah, there's no updated videos. So yeah.
Cause I would say that is where the freaking stockpile of stuff is.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's the whole point, just to hang on to those memories. Anyway, as the mind changer, I do reserve the right to change my mind, and in the years
15 minutes
in the
later.
year. Stupid. In a year or so, if things change and I want to get back into it, we'll get back into it. There's no problem. I know I can always count on you to join the podcast back. So, but as of right now, I'm good. I'm good with it. Anyway, all right, Jonesy. What kind of gamer have you become in your old age? Well, first of all, what kind of gamer were you back in the day?
Back in the day, I mean, I was a completionist gamer. I had to have 100% in every single game I played. You remember my trophy hunting? I was a trophy hunter. I was
And you had to buy
ultra.
every single game. You had to own every single game, I should say.
I did. I was a collector in a different sense of the right. Yes, I was a physical collector. I was a freaking completionist and a trophy hunter.
I think back then it was feasible, but then, like, obviously nowadays with hundreds of thousands of games popping on the digital storefront.
Yeah, I didn't even realize how many actual games there
every
were.
year, exactly, and they're not all physical, and it's not gonna work for you, buddy. Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry.
modern day ones are just not as easy to do.
No, they're definitely not. Uh, Me back in the day, I was just a casual adventure gamer who just loved a good story. Um, and also anything new I can get my hands on, I would definitely try to just play anything new. If somebody had a game that I hadn't played before, I was always excited to see what it was. Because because I always played a variety of games growing up.
Hmm.
You got the side-scroller Mario's, you got the adventure Legend of Zelda, you got the RPGs out there of the world, the traditional RPGs of the world. Who's she screaming at? And then you got those other games that are just like very unique, like Blaster Master, and those different mashups of games, and the games like Little Nemo. You know, it's just games like that. It's just those games always like inspired me to want to play more and explore more. Um, that really hasn't changed that much, but I know what I do and don't like now, and I'll still try things, but more often than not, I'll just like dip out. Like I'll buy a game with no problem, and if I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. At least I can say that I tried it. Outer Worlds 2 was the latest one of those kind of trials. First person shooter. I'm not a big first person shooter fan, but if it's good enough and the story's good enough and it's interesting enough, I will check it out. And the story was interesting in that game, but like the systems, it's too many systems in that game. It is so complex and convoluted with all the stuff you can do. It's funny. It's funny as hell. I enjoyed that part of it, but it turned me off. It couldn't hook me. Like a game has to hook me in the first couple of hours in order for me to stick with it. Unless unless somebody tells me stick with it this long and it'll get good. Then usually I'll stick with it and see. So, how about you? The current gamer that you are at the age of 43.
The current me is I like to play games that I'm comfortable with nowadays. Like I know there's plenty of games that I need to play, but it's like I'm just at the point where it's like I don't want to learn a whole new control style and try to memorize everything. I want to just play games that I know how to play already, and that's not a good thing. But that's like a lazy 43-year-old me thing.
So
Hence why I almost
basically, you're already in old man gamer mode. Is that what you're saying?
maybe. Not. I will try new things from time to time, but it takes me a lot of like willing into doing it. Like back in the day, I just, I'm gonna get this game. Yeah, let's try it. New control style. Now it's like, man, I gotta watch a tutorial again. I gotta go through all of this. I gotta learn these button combinations. Man. So it's like I do gravitate more towards games that are similar to a style that I already know.
I gotcha. That's okay. I mean, I get irritated with you because I'm your gamer boy, your gamer buddy, and there's so many games that are so awesome out there that I want you to just experience, and
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
I get it.
That is literally it. Why? That is literally my main thing. I just hate trying to learn another game's control style. Like, I'm so good at this kind of game. Why I gotta learn this game? That's kind of the logic. I know it's all a part of being a gamer, and I've forgotten that as I've gotten older, I've gotten lazy. I don't know.
Well, I'm very glad that you got the Monster Hunter here, and this is the one that finally did it for you.
Yeah, it took me 3 tries. Well, we didn't really play too much of the first game.
No, we didn't. And then Rise we played quite a bit of, but I could tell that it wasn't clicking for you.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was mainly just how unfluid the weapons felt. Like I told you about that. You
Mm,
start swinging, you're just stuck in that combo for a minute. But I did like Rise.
for
It didn't
reasons.
like completely stick. I mean, you know I love the twins, but besides the twins, like I like the aspects of a lot of things. Like I like the wire bugs and the swinging and the mode changes on the weapons. It was cool, but I think it was like also I got into it a bit later. Like when you see we started this from the start, and I was all in. Even though it did take me a few weeks, but I was also traveling and all that other stuff. But I was all in when this first came out. But
Hmm.
when a game comes out and I already feel like I missed the bandwagon, I kind of just, kind of slack off somewhat. Plus,
Yeah,
you were already a in-game hunter when I started playing, so like I didn't really have that same carrot to try to reach to keep up with.
I mean it was good that I was because I got to teach you a lot,
That's true.
and you have become a pretty good hunter in your own right.
Well, thank you.
Yes. Another thing that I really enjoy now is, and since we got 40 years of gaming under our belt, a lot things become samey after a while. Like when games that break the mold, like GTA and Breath of the Wild and other games like that, then games start copying them, and then that just becomes it's irritating because everybody's doing the same thing because they're trying to copy that same high. You know what I mean? Like
Absolutely. That's actually probably a reason why I stay away from a lot of games too, because I just see like, oh, that's just that game again. That's just
like
that game.
like after GTA dropped, every game had that side circle mini map. Everything was open world. Everybody was able to break into cars, and it just every game was the same after that. But then, every so often people will come through and break the mold again and again, and those are the games that I truly enjoy now. Games that push the boundaries of what something could be, like Octopath Traveler. They took the pixel art that we love in the door, grown up with, and put it into a whole new format that was just beyond gorgeous. They took the turn-based battles to a new level, and honestly, at first, I didn't think it was going to work. But
Why is that?
I wasn't interested in the break and boost system. Like you telling me that I have to use this little boost system to make myself stronger to beat these guys. I can't just beat them the regular way, or I can't just use magic the regular way. But it elevated everything, And I thought it had to be that way, and it took me back to Final Fantasy X, where you have and Final Fantasy X is one of the goats. Yes, I know, but I hated the battle system because if an enemy came out that was flying and you didn't have Walker, you had to switch out, use Walker, switching back out. You know what I'm saying? It was so annoying. So a part of me thought it was going to be that,
Oh, that would have been
es-
bad.
especially with Square. But nope, they took it to a whole nother level. And part two took it to a level beyond that and perfected the system. And it's one of the greatest RPGs I've ever played. And the fact that they broke the mold and pushed the boundaries with something that I love was an experience that I'll never forget, and I'm very grateful for. Same thing with Hollow Knight and Hollow Knight Silk Song. Like Silk Song just took the atmosphere beyond what the first one was, and the first one had fantastic atmosphere. But I'll talk more about that later.
Later.
Um, what do you see? Do you see yourself breaking that or trying to break that habit of not trying new things?
I definitely want to try because there's like a lot of stuff out there, but I just can't guarantee what's gonna happen. But I'll definitely try. I
You're
definitely want to try.
you're running out of time, Jones. You're already
Hey,
44.
Hey, I'm gonna live to be at least 110, so I'm okay.
Just because you live that long doesn't mean your hands and eyes gonna work really well.
Well, my eyes are already struggling.
Well, even more reason to get it in now. Get it in, brother. Get it in. All right.
Yeah.
Well, last topic of the day, and we'll talk about our top game of the year. We're supposed to do a games of the year episode, or experiences of the year, but we're just going to talk about our one true game of the year. You can go ahead and go first.
Okay, well, my game of the year, we're actually in it right now because I've been playing the hell out of Monster Hunter. Wait, what you mean what? My game of this year, and I have my reasons behind this.
Okay.
We're in it right now with this Monster Hunter. So my reasoning
Obviously.
is because, like, besides Pokemon, and I could have easily have said Pokemon, but, you know, I'm trying. This game has made me kind of go away from the boundaries of what I'm used to.
I mean, is
Pokemon
ZA better than Monster Hunter Wilds?
No, it's not. Can I let me talk? Let me talk.
Go ahead.
And no, you're right. The thing about Pokemon is that game is very, very, very repetitive. Like, even now, I'm struggling to go through the DLC because it's basically more of the base game. Oh, go catch a road coping. Oh, go catch this. Blah blah blah. Go win. Blah blah da da da. It's like it's just annoying. But besides that. But anyway, this game, you know, it's like it has a whole lot going for it. It's got the aspect of hunting, the aspect of capturing monsters, finding the different strategies on what's going to work, different weapons. And the weapon fluidity is, like I said, pretty good in this game. It's the game that I've actually come back to pretty much this entire year.
Can't do this in Pokemon.
This year. Wow.
Can't do that in Pokemon, David.
No, you can't do that in Pokemon, but you can't do it in a lot of games.
Go ahead, continue.
But it's fun. And the experience, you can play with people, you can play by yourself. Although it's better with people, but they are getting better. They're fixing things that they found out that people were complaining about. Like, most of the things people complained about in this game have been fixed, other than my one complaint. Bring the twins here! Screw the freaking diva! Alien looking thing.
Be nice to the diva, damn it.
Her voice does not match her face!
It really doesn't. Not even a little bit.
Nope. But yeah, so they introduced the Grand Hub, even though I guess they could have put that in the base game. They probably had plans to do it the whole time, but it's just they cater to the fans. Like, this game does a lot to make you want to come back and play some more. Even though I don't like this RNG stuff they've been adding lately, but other than that, I'm
gonna tell you right now, the RNG is in every single one. It's a part of the end game. For Monster Hunter Wilds. It's just to get people to keep playing in order to get that perfect roll and to get that perfect gear set that they want. I got lucky with one of mine. It's one of the things that I wanted. I literally got it on the second try. I got really lucky with that. But yeah. But you are correct. 1,000%.
So yeah, awesome I think it's a good quality product, and even though a lot of people are complaining, I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, this game is nothing. Like, Rise is way better." Like, Rise had certain things that had it going for it, but this game, I feel like it was a better overall package. Maybe if you combine the two games, you'd have something really good going.
So there's a lot of World snobs out there, and World was gorgeous for what it was, and it set the standard for looks-wise. For Monster Hunter, because before that they all looked like PS2 or 3DS games. They all just looked terrible. But that one set the stage. It just took things to a whole nother level. It broke the mold for Monster Hunter, it really did. And then Rise for the Switch didn't do too many favors for the whole looks department, but gameplay-wise, it took it to a whole nother level. So they tried to do a mix of both of those with this one. And they did a fantastic job. I absolutely adore this game, And after, 400 hours, almost 500 hours in this game. Like it took me that long to start to get tired of it.
Hmm.
And even then, I hopped back in today. I've been playing literally all day today. I said the other day that I was kind of, done, but
Mindchanger.com is the website.
but they added all this new awesome stuff, and it got me back in, and made me want to get back to crafting, made me want to get back to hunting, maybe want to try new weapons, and I got, my girl's new look helps, and but overall, this game, 430 plus hours of just pure joy and fun with this game. And that whole time, I had a great time.
Indeed.
And had a great time, teaching you about a lot of stuff, and continue to teach you about a lot of stuff. I'm still learning stuff about this game. I'm not, pro by any means, but level.
You're not ranked 999 like some of those crazos.
Yeah, and then somebody had that. Somebody had that by the first, like, by the second week. I was like, how the hell is that
That's
even
doing too much
possible?
right there.
Like these fools, they didn't work. They didn't go to sleep.
There's people like that in every game, and I don't understand how they do it, but they do.
They took vacation time off work just to get on
And I can believe that, but I'm just saying. Well, no, let's face it here. Most of the people that do that probably don't have a job,
True.
and probably don't have any kind of social life at all. Because I don't have a job, and I still can't do that. Ugh.
Exactly. Yeah, it's this game has been beyond a joy to play, and I've gotten 92% of things to, the DLC stuff. I've gotten majority of it. So there's a couple things I just didn't care for. I didn't want it all. But yeah, there was some stuff I just didn't want, so I didn't get it.
Are you talking about the stuff on the store, or are you talking about the
Yeah,
regular stuff?
the stuff from the store. Yeah, like an outfit for Eric, and then like some talismans.
Eric doesn't deserve any outfits. I don't even use him.
Some talismans that I didn't even want. So I was like, forget it. I'm not even worried about that.
It's not like you have to buy everything.
No, it's not about that. It's about just the stuff that I want.
No, I know, but you just said you wanted 92% of all the stuff, basically. I'm just saying. You have to apologize, basically, for not getting that Eric outfit or that other stuff. It's totally understandable.
I'm definitely not apologizing for it. I'm just telling you. It's like, and that's the level of enjoyment I've gotten. The stuff that they put out, 92% of it has been amazing. So that's what I'm trying to say. And Fia will agree. Anything else you want to say about Monster Hunter?
I'm looking forward to whatever they do when the next expansion comes out.
Yeah, me too. Iceborne was breathtaking. The one for Rise, that ship, I didn't like that one at all. So I really hope that they do something very, very special with this game. I can see them doing something like in the sky, like taking it to the sky for some reason. But aside from that, I have no idea what it could be. No idea.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna find out at some point.
Yes, sir.
Windbreaker.
My game of the year. Let's shoot some fireworks off. To no one's surprise, it's Hollow Knight Silksong. I completed the game, started another file, bought it on Switch, started another file, transferred that file from my Switch 2 to my OLED because I wanted it to look a little bit better. I really just wanted to see how it looked, and it was gorgeous on the OLED. It didn't quite play as crispy, but I mean, obviously I knew that was going to happen. But I mean, it was still a fun game to play. I still had a great time with it on there. But I'm about to continue my other file on my PlayStation 5 because they have DLC coming out sometime in 2026. I don't know when, but it is coming, and I will probably put another 120 hours into the game with that DLC because this game is a AAA 2D game. And that's how I classify Octopath Traveler 2, because most AAA games are the freaking big, giant open world,
Red Dead
super
Redemption
voice
type games.
acted, super voice acted, uh, big set pieces, everything's blowing up and exploding kind of game.
I thought Octopath Traveler had a whole bunch of voice acting.
Yeah, it does. I'm talking about, yeah, it does. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I call it, that's why I was a part of the whole 2D AAA movement.
I got you.
And even though, oh Lord, I got to start using that. That's funny. She's ready. And even though Hollow Knight Silksong, it was voice acted, but the characters didn't speak English. They spoke their own language. Yeah. Bafanada.
Kind of like the people in the zoos over here. Not a zoo, the Grand Hub area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Shabba-dabba-doo?
Good Lord. That game was atmospheric. From the moment you start controlling Hornet, you feel how good it is to move in that world. Like, movement is one of the most important things in any game. And when the game is too floaty, I put it down. When when the character's too weighty, and they shouldn't be. If a character is fat or muscly and they feel weighty, that's great. But when they're tiny and they feel heavy, I don't like that at all. I like the characters to feel like the characters that they are, and that's the attention to detail that they have in this game. Like when you're walking through these cavernous areas or these wooded areas, and your footsteps are falling, you could hear your footsteps echoing in the background. If you see like little birds in the background or whatever they're supposed to be, you can hear them chirping and flapping their wings if they fly off. The music fits beyond perfectly for every single area that you go into, and it never felt jarring, it never felt weird. Sometimes you play games and you go to a new area and it's like this low melodic music, and then you go to the next area and it's like like what is Hollow Knight Silksong has never done that, and the times that they do have that boss music, they appropriately fade out, and then they slowly bring up that music that gets you so hyped to fight these bosses. And that's something that's too about the game. Like, these bosses, each boss prepares you for the next boss. And the initial bosses, yes, you have to fight in order, because even though the game isn't linear, it is to a degree, because the first couple of areas of the game you have to get through in order and get the skills in order to get to the next area, because it is a Metroidvania after all. But even with that being said, you can still go to different places if you're good enough, and that's how awesome that game is. The skills that you get in the game, it's just one after another. They just set you up with more and more skills, and to be able to take on these higher and higher level bosses. And when I went through my second playthrough, the first boss that you fight is the Bell Beast, and you fight the Bell Beast. First of all, you get your first skill, which is the silk spear, and you come across this beast that's entangled in this super thick web of silk, and you have to free him. So you free him, and first of all, in this game you have no idea who or what is your enemy. Anytime you be walking down a corridor or an area and you hear something grumbling or growling or snarling or even talking to itself. I entered this one room, and this one monster was just like mumbling to itself, and I hadn't seen it yet. All I heard was I was like, what the hell is going on? And then I took my time and I scooted across the screen, and I finally saw this thing like up in the corner, like mumbling to itself, pacing back and forth. I was like, what the hell is this thing gonna do? And I got closer and it saw me and it started attacking, and I was like, oh my god. But anyway, you free the Bell Beast with your first skill, the Silk Spear, and then it falls down and stops for a second, and then it roars, and this roar just echoes. And at that point in the game in that area, there's like this little uh this little not cavern, this little like dip in the ground or whatever, and it's filled with bells, and you can hear because he roars and he like shakes his legs. You can hear the freaking bells chiming under its feet as it's roaring and moving. It is insane. And then this monster dives into the freaking bells, and you start fighting it. And the first time I fought this thing, it literally took me probably 8-9 times to beat this first boss. Technically, it's the second boss, but it took me like 8-9 times to beat this damn thing. And then, of course, when I went back after I beat the game, I beat it in like 15 seconds. I was like, well, damn. I knew it was
Of
gonna be.
course.
I knew it was gonna be easy, but it just goes to show you like how far you progress in the game. And the same thing with the second boss. The second boss is one of the main villains in the game called Lace, and it's the daughter of the main villain in the game. And that fight was so hard. That fight took me a day and a half the first time I fought her. Then when I came back, I'm like, okay, this is way easier than I remember it, because the bosses just level up and ramp up so hard. And then on top of that, you got secret bosses, secret areas, and as you go along, not one enemy is repeated. And that's something else I appreciate too, because I hate repetition and
Blue,
mobs in games.
red,
Exactly.
green.
Exactly. Or blue with the horn, red with the tail. Like, don't do that. Like pineapples.
Oh,
Stop.
that's more like an RPG, yeah. But I get what you're saying.
And that happens a lot. That's been happening a lot in Octopath Traveler Zero, which is another reason why I kind of slowed down. Aside from me being OP now, because I kind of cheated the system a little bit. Now everything is just falling at my feet. I'm excited about the story still, but I'm tired of the repetition of the enemies. Um, anyway, back to Silk Song. So the multiple endings. I got all the endings, and each one of those you had to work for. Each one of them was worth it. And so every time you beat the game, the loading screen changes. So initially, it's just because Hornet has a needle that she uses to fight with as her sword, and the initial loading screen is just her needle in the sand. When you beat the game, it becomes your needle, and then the sand, like the background, gets like darkened because of story reasons. And then next time it changes after that, and then like the time before the final ending, when you unlock like the absolute darkness, like the venom mode in the game is what I called it. Everything gets covered in like a freaking symbiote and gets like 10 times harder than what they were before. Like regular trash mobs literally become like 10 times harder than what they were. They get venom powers and they start attacking you, and they like almost one shot you, and it's just insane. But the main screen, when you unlock that, it'll take you back to the title screen, and the title screen is covered with that symbiote.
Oh,
And
God.
you have to hit the X multiple times to actually like break through just to start your game.
Seriously?
Yes, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like little touches like that. The two guys at Team Cherry, the 8 years that they took, man, they paid attention. And every character has a story in that game, and there's certain ones that I found out that they didn't have to die. That you can like save certain ones, and they come back later and give you stuff if you save them. And it's just like that's how you get a lot of the secret stuff in the game. Like there's one point after you beat the game, you reload the game back up, and then if you go back to the first area is called Bone Bottom, and if you go back to the very first area, the the townsfolk that's supposed to be there, a lot of them are like hiding in fear, but there's like one or two that are kind of walking around. But if you don't react fast enough, because first time obviously you didn't know what was coming, like one of the beasts that you quote unquote killed early on, they come back because you didn't take them out because they flew away at the end of the fight. They come back and they like rampage that beginning area. And if you don't stop that thing fast enough from killing one of the residents there, that resident will die. And then you walk off screen, and then you come back to kind of refresh the area, whatever. And the characters, the townsfolk, are literally having a funeral for that character that died.
Damn.
But if you save them, that won't happen, obviously.
Obviously.
And it's little touches like that that are just insane, and it just makes this the game of the year for me. And the platforming is challenging but rewarding, and nothing in this game seems impossible or feels impossible. It's just challenging. It's not hard to be hard, like a game like Dark Souls and all those other stupid games like that. Those games are just unfair and just hard. Those games I don't like at all. Silksong was challenging, and it pushed me to a whole nother level as a platform gamer, because I've always loved platformers. From Mario on, platformers have been like one of my main favorite types of games to play, and this one is by far the best platformer I've ever played in my entire 44 years of existence, and I look forward to playing more. I think about it. I listen to the soundtrack in my car on the way to work, literally 3-4 times a week. I hum the tune of Chakra. Hi, lai, lai, lai. Who's got all? And I got Eli singing it. He'll be walking down the hall just singing that tune because he heard it so many times. And it's an infectious game. And if Expedition 33 wouldn't have won if Expedition 33 wouldn't have came out, Silksong would be the game of the year this year for most people, like at the Game Awards and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. It's just
sometimes it's just tough years, like to be like those years where you get all the good games that come out at the same time.
Mm-hmm. And this has been an amazing year for games and movies and TV shows. Literally every month every month of this year I was in the movie theater at least 2 to 3 times to see a movie that had came out that I wanted to see. Literally, I could probably think of maybe 1 month that I saw one movie in the theaters that month. Aside from that, we've watched several top tier masterpiece level TV shows that just scratch that itch. And then same thing for gaming. Like, this has been an amazing year for games. Surprise was started with Expedition 33. Monster Hunter was obviously up there for game of the year. Silksong, what else? There's so many that I played that I just can't even remember them right now. But this has been one of my favorite years for entertainment overall. Out of all the years I've been a gamer and been alive and playing games and experiencing, all these shows and TV shows and movies and stuff like that, this has been one of my absolute favorite years. And next year shaping up to be honestly just as good. Got freaking Avengers Doomsday next year. You got the new Spider-Man coming out. It's a ton of games are coming out next year that I want to play. So yeah, 2026. Raise a glass to 2026 and the experiences we're gonna have there. All right, Jones. Anything else you wanna?
No, I think you pretty much summed it all up.
All right. Well, we say goodbye. Raise a glass, Jones.
I was just raising the glass.
Toast it. We move forward with this next chapter in our life. And whatever comes, comes. But we've had some great times and some fantastic experiences. And until next time, gamers, keep on
leveling up.
Okay. Got it.